Good morning, students. Let's start with the next chapter in Civics. The name of the chapter is Fundamental Rights Part 1. Students, you must have seen such placards in newspapers and elsewhere, in a rally or in a march. Sometimes a certain demand is made asserting it to be their right. Now, as you can see in the placards which are given in your slide, the first one says education is a right. Second, we must get the assurance of a minimum wage, it is a right. And the third one says we have a right over our forest and its resources. So these are certain rights where the people ask for through these placards in the rally or in the procession. Now, we get rights at birth. Every newborn baby has a right to live. So, as we are born, we start getting rights. The entire society and government takes efforts to ensure that the baby is in the best of health. Only when all individuals get protection from injustice, exploitation, discrimination and deprivation will they be able to develop their skills and qualities. So there are certain things like injustice, exploitation, discrimination, all these things should be stopped and we should be able to get our rights. Demanding one's right is insisting on creating an atmosphere conducive to the development of the self as well as their entire society. The Indian Constitution has guaranteed equal rights to all citizens in order to create this conducive atmosphere. Now we know our constitution, that's a book where there are rights given, where there are rights mentioned in that book. And in that right, there are equal rights to all the citizens, to all the people. Now these rights are fundamental rights. Okay, they are called as fundamental rights. As they are included in the constitution, they have the status of law. It is imperative for everybody to abide by these rights. That means it is important that everybody should accept these rights and follow these rights. Okay. Now, let us go to the first right that we are going to learn, that is right to equality. Now all together we have 6 rights, but 3 rights we will learn in this first chapter, that's fundamental rights part 1, and the other 3 rights we'll learn in the other chapter, that's fundamental rights part 2. Now the first right we are going to learn is right to equality. Now, according to the right to equality, the state cannot discriminate among citizens as a superior, inferior, or men, women, and cannot give different treatment or privileges to anybody. The same law applies equally to all. Many law gives us protection. So right to equality, what does it say is that all the citizens are equal, whether it be rich or poor, high caste, low caste, all are treated equally. All should get equal rights. For example, we have protection from arrest without warrant. Also, the state cannot discriminate while extending such protection. So the state has a arrest without warrant. If you have a warrant, then only you can arrest that person. Then the next, what are the things are included in the right to equality? Now, what are the different things included in this right? The state cannot discriminate against any citizens on grounds of religion, caste, race, sex, descent or place of birth or residence for government employment. Okay, the state cannot discriminate against anyone. All have equal rights to enjoy. Then the inhuman practice of untouchability that was prevalent in our country has been abolished by law. The practice of untouchability in any form is a cognizable offense. This practice has been abolished in order to establish equality in Indian society. Now, who are untouchability? Untouchability people are the people of lower caste. So the rich people, what they used to do, they used to not even touch those people. So they were called as untouchability. But now we do not find these things. Okay, it is abolished by law. Then the constitution has also abolished titles that create an artificial hierarchy among people. For example, titles. There were certain titles or certain names given to people like Raja, Maharaja, etc. So now we do not call them like that. We do not call them king, queen. So all are treated equally. All these things have been abolished. There are no titles now given to anyone. The next point we are going to learn is right to freedom or right to liberty. Now this is a very important right given by the Constitution. It gives a guarantee of all the freedoms necessary from the point of view of the individual. So as Indian citizens, we have the right to. So there are 6 points in this right to liberty. So as I explained, listen to it carefully. The first right says freedom of speech and expression. So we have the freedom to speak whatever we have the freedom to express whatever we feel. So that's one type of right in right to liberty. We have these 6 freedoms. The first is right to speech. You can speak whatever you want to. Can express whatever you feel to. That's the first right. The second one says freedom to assemble peacefully. So you have the freedom to assemble anywhere but peacefully, in a peaceful manner. Then the third, right to perform associations or unions. That means you have the right to perform in groups, right? But you have to perform with a good state of mind peacefully. Okay? Then the next one, the fourth one says freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India. Now wherever you want to move in India, whichever place you want to visit, you have the freedom to visit wherever you want. It's not said that you can't visit to this place, that place. You have the freedom to visit freely throughout the whole territory of India. Then the next one, that is freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. Now, wherever you feel like staying, wherever you want to buy a house, you have the freedom to settle in any part of the territory in India. Then the last one says, freedom to practice any lawful profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business of one's choice. Now this is the one thing that's related to your profession. That is whatever you want to do in life, whichever profession you want to start, whatever occupation you want to do, you want to start a business, you can do anything. That is the last right which tells. Then let's move further. Now The right to liberty in the Constitution has guaranteed us the freedom to speech and movement. Freedom of speech and movement, you can move anywhere, wherever you want to. And it has also provided us security to keep us safe. This legal protection has given to everybody equally. It's not like that it's only given to me, it's given to everyone. It is not denied to anybody. For example, we all have a right to life. We all have life, right? We all have the right to live. It appears to be simple, but it has a deep significance. It implies getting a guarantee to live, availability of a conducive environment for living. Now, the environment, the place where we live. So everyone has the same surrounding, same environment, right? Nobody can take away another's life. No person can be arrested and denied without any reason. As I told you before, if there's a reason, if you have done something, then only the person can arrest you. If you have not done anything, no one will arrest you. Okay? Then the right to liberty now also includes the right to education. So everyone has the responsibility to take education. Okay? All children between 6 and 14 years of age are entitled to get education as a fundamental right. So all children from 16 to 14 years of age have to take education, has to get education. This ensures that no child will be deprived of education. It's not said anywhere that this person won't be educated. Everyone has the right to be educated. Then the next one, the last right in this chapter, that's right against exploitation. Now, what is exploitation? Treating unfairly, okay, not treating a person properly. So, the right against exploitation implies that the right to prevent exploitation, while the Constitution has banned all type of oppression. Oppression means cruel or unjust treatment through the right against exploitation. It has made a special provision to prevent the exploitation of children. So the right of exploitation is mostly important for children. Accordingly, it is prohibited to employ children under 14 years of age in hazardous places. Hazardous places are places which are dangerous, like for example factories and all, where children are not allowed to work in the age group of 14 years, till the age group of 14 years. Then children cannot be employed or made to work in factories and mines. So nowadays you see that there are children even working at a smaller age, but that's wrong. So children cannot be employed or made to work in any factories or in any mines. Exploitation includes bonded labor. That means forcing someone to work. That is wrong. Or forcing someone to work against his or her wish. Means it's not her wish, not his wish to work. Still people forced to work. Treating somebody like a slave. Denying them legitimate compensation. Making them do excessive or strenuous work. Starving them or ill-treating them. Okay? So these are the things which people do. People remove out work, but they don't give them proper payment, proper wages, or they make them starve. They don't give them to eat also properly. They give lots of work, but they don't give the salary. So these are all the things which are done by the children, but it is a wrong. It's a wrong act, okay? Then generally women, children, the weaker sections of society and powerless people are exploited. So mostly which people are taken advantage are the people like mostly women, children, or the weaker section of the society, like the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, all the poor people. They are told to do such kind of work. These rights enable us to stand up against any kind of exploitation. So we should stand up against this, because it is not their right to do all such things. So it should be stopped. So in this chapter we studied the rights to liberty and equality and the right against exploitation. In the next chapter we shall study some more fundamental rights in the Constitution. Okay. So here I will end the video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.